We're talking the Bing.
And we're talking the dandy.
Welcome to the Trust the Profits 10-minute rundown. Anytime we go over 10 minutes, we're giving you that for free. That is on the house. I'm the Formula. I'm joined by El Hombre. How's it going, my man?
What up? What up? Going well.
It's going well over here as well. Of course, we're going to talk about the Bing and the Dandy. But first, we're going to talk to you about BUSR. BUSR is an award-winning international gaming company with offices in UK and America. What makes them so special? They got horse racing. They got all the big sports games. They got your NFL, your MLB, in-game wagering. They've got futures, prop bets, and they've got over 350 casino games. I mean, it is the full package. But just for our listeners at Trust the Profits, sign up with our official sponsors, BUSR, at busr.com/theprofits, and you could get up to $500 in welcome bonuses. That's leaving money on the table if you pass it up.
Yeah, it gives you a free $500 bet on a coin flip in the Super Bowl next year if you need it.
Yeah, if you need it.
Bada boom, bada bing.
If you need that action.
Hey, speaking of bada boom, bada bing, what are we talking about first? Let's talk about, first of all, there's a big week in horse racing. There's a lot going on. Breeders' Cup Challenge Series races. You got the Bing Crosby at Del Mar.
Yeah.
Which is the feeder to the sprint division, and we got a
BC
big one,
Sprinters.
Jim Dandy Stakes over at Saratoga. Two monster races, and that's our focus on this show today. What are we doing?
Yeah, let's start at Del Mar. Let's do the Bing Crosby Stills Nash and Young Stakes. We've got, what do we got there? We got 7 horses, potentially. We don't know exactly what the horses are right now. We have not run them through the formula. This is just our opinion, spitballing, looking at what's in front of us. And let's go through them one by one. Should we start with CZ Rocket?
Yeah, CZ Rocket, in my opinion, is the class of the field across any field in this division. So,
right.
If that tells you what I think of this race, spoiler alert, yes.
Yeah, the only way CZ Rocket is not the favorite in this race is if Whitmore is in this race. And even then, right? I mean, you're talking about 2 top sprinter horses there.
Maybe throw one of the Baffert juice monsters in there. And
yeah, so this horse has been on fire since May of last year. 9 races, 7 firsts, got second in the Breeders' Cup Sprint to Whitmore. The last race at Lone Star, it lost to Mimosa, but really just puts up consistent 100-plus equibase speed figures in all the races it's been in. It's a top horse. Florent Giroux, Pete Miller's a trainer. I mean, we're talking the total package here.
The problem with this race is I don't think there's much to be bet on him because I think he's going to be less than even money. I'm just, like you said, spitballing here. But I will say this. I think you can find a price deeper down this list than Flagstaff or Quick Tempo. I think I actually like Shooters Shoot and Collusion Illusion a little better than what Horse Racing Nation has ranked above them right now. So
yeah, I'm
curious. You are reaching at a trifecta exacta box. There might be some money to be made.
Yeah. I mean, we'll start at CZ Rocket. That seems like the easy one. This is going to go off at even money for CZ Rocket, maybe lower, in my opinion. Call me crazy. Go ahead and do it on the comment section. I don't care.
Please do.
Please do. After that, you're right. It gets a little bit murkier. I've got Flagstaff as my second horse. I like Luis Saez and Sadler, the combo there. It's been a strong horse. Couple wins in the last year. It beat Whitmore in Churchill Downs, which is pretty impressive. Had a second place finish above Collusion Illusion in the Santa Anita. CZ Rocket won that one, but it was DQ'd. So it looked like he was going to have the win, got DQ'd. Definitely a threat to the money there, in my opinion, is Flagstaff. And then I do have Collusion Illusion as my next horse up. Winner last year of this same race. Interesting to note, too, Flavian Pratt is the jockey. The last 5 of the last 6 Bing Crosbys have been won by Flavian Pratt. I mean, for whatever reason, the guy knows the track. He knows the sprint. That's a good
out of the gate. The boy gets out of the gate.
he gets out of the gate, and he's done it before with collusion illusion. Use your collusion illusion.
Wow. Is that a
But he
GI
hasn't won a
reference for the
race.
kids?
He hasn't won a race since the Bing last year, so that's a little bit depressing. He's got 12th place in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. Obviously, 10 places between him and Whitmore. He just got held up, right? He couldn't handle the field size, I'm guessing, wasn't on the pace, could never really catch up in a sprint, right? It's a hard thing to do. But he's been close in the other races. One of the races he did lose to Charlatan, so who can blame him for that at the Malibu Stakes, and lost to CZ Rocket twice. Obviously, I don't think Collusion Illusion's going to win, but definitely a player for the money.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to use Petey Ayrton's Shooter Shoot in my exotics for sure as well. Hoping to grab a price there.
Yeah.
Short field. CZ Rocket's going to take all the money. I think you're going to see the rest of these horses go off fairly 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 ish.
Yeah, I'm going to toss Brickyard Ride. I'm going to toss Quick Tempo. Young horse, like Quick Tempo. I believe we talked about him. I want to say
Derby.
Yeah,
Early on.
Pulled him into the Derby conversation for a cup of coffee. Shooter Shoot. Another thing I like about him, he's got our boy Umberto Rispoli on top. That's never a bad thing.
My SoCal guy.
Yeah. I think the other horse that I thought was kind of interesting in here was the 4-year-old Vertical Threat. Last race at Mahoning was its most impressive. It's 6 furlong stakes race, 11 other horses, posting really strong speed figure. Hasn't really raced since November though, so that's a bit of a flag. And the competition he's faced, not the same as what CZ Rocket, Flagstaff, and Collusion Illusion have been facing.
All right, before we move on, I just wanted to say we got some live footage of Rispoli pulling up. He just arrived at Del Mar just now.
It's about right.
Ownership tour.
Yeah.
The kid is hot. The kid is hot there. You got to love him.
The kid loves SoCal racing. He's good at it.
The other major race we're going to hit, let's go with it. As soon as my skills here on the screen share.
Take your time.
Saratoga, Jim Dandy Stakes. What do we got here now? We got a couple. We got 3 major Derby contenders there. The top 3.
Yeah.
Risk Taking was in there also for a while there. The Chad Brown joint. Mask Parade and Dr. Jack are kind of the flavor of the week threats in this one, I guess you could call them if you even think they're a threat, but go ahead.
They're kind of the late coming 3-year-olds, right? They're the ones that kind of missed all the hoopla for the Derby prep, but they're in that age range where they're coming up and we're starting to hear more about them. Yeah, where do you want to start with this? Should we just build it up to the end?
I'll start. I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal with the Essential Quality. Everybody knows that's my guy. He's been my guy since Breeders' Cup last year. Here's the thing about this one, though. It's a little bit different on this race. He's going to go off 1 to 5. You're not going to make a lot of money with him.
Maybe 1 to 9.
So here's what I've done. I've liquidated my assets. I went and got home equity loans out. I took my kids' stuff. All my kids' stuff is in the pawn right now. All of it. I have net 0 in my house right now. Everything I've done, I've liquidated out to just raw cash.
The calculator's the new iPad. Yeah.
I've got it all on Essential Quality, planning for the win bet to pay $240 to win. All in. Bada boom, bada bing. I don't even want to look at the rest of these. Wayburn, come on, guys. Keep me in mind. We love you, Diodoro and David Cohen. Legends of the show here, but
yeah,
it ain't happening. EQ's the guy. EQ with the Brad Cox. The connection, unbelievable. Just forget it. This is the best horse in the world. Period. Bada boom, bada bing. End it. What's your opinion here? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, not much else to add to that. I mean, it might as well be called essential win play here as opposed to essential quality, because
how do you bet it, honestly?
I mean, there's no reason this all-star of a horse loses the Jim Dandy. I mean, we're talking about the Belmont winner, the Bluegrass winner, the Southwest Stakes winner, the BC Futurity winner. I mean, pretty much done it all. The only loss he has is that Kentucky Derby one, which obviously we know there's some questions around. It wouldn't have put him in first place.
Yeah, but he
Um,
ran 400 yards longer than everybody else.
exactly,
Tape,
exactly. We're talking just the class of his class right now, the best of his class.
and not by much. We all know the other big contenders up there can hang there, but none of them are in this one. I mean, Wayburn has had a couple cute runs.
Yeah,
So to keep me in mind, keep me in mind's a great horse. I mean, if Essential Quality gets a horrible, breaks out of the gate horribly and has the worst run of his life, I mean, I guess you can look at these other
yeah.
horses. I'm not. I don't
Wayburn's
even know
had
how to
a
bet
few
it.
good workouts lately at Saratoga.
Wayburn's a
That's
strong horse. He was strong. I mean, he had a
strong
couple
horse.
of real good runs, but
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
ran
I
second to
don't know.
Mandaloon at the Monmouth Pegasus. He's a decent consideration for a longer play if you want to do exacta trifecta. I also like Mask Parade.
Mask Parade's the upsetter if there's anything that's for second. I mean, but
For second, yeah, we're only talking about second at this point. We've already determined who's going to win. The horse is a spell check nightmare, by the way.
yeah,
We'll just call it that. Took 4 races to break his maiden at the fairgrounds, but since then he's put up 2 really big wins, a couple 3-digit Equibase figure numbers, including his latest win, the Ohio Derby, beating King Fury, who was a Derby horse, and
Yep.
Keep Me in Mind, who was in this race. So this is my second place horse here. I would say lock him in. He's got Stahl Jr. as his trainer, Miguel Mena as his jockey. Mask Parade, I think maybe you get a good price, but I guess there's a lot of chatter about him. I'm not sure where they're going to be placing the morning line odds here. I thought it would be Wayburn in second, but if there's enough talk about Mask Parade, he might be getting the next.
So you do a
Tear
EQ
down.
Mask Parade straight exacta for your children's college funds is what I recommend.
That feels pretty good. And then for my third horse,
I don't see any other way to bet it. Go ahead.
for my third horse, I do like Dr. Jack. We're talking a Pletcher Paco combo. You can hardly beat
Pioneer
that.
of the Nile. Pioneer of the Nile, sire.
Yeah.
Same with Wayburn, but that's one of the that's a hot sire right now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Only 3 races for this horse, but 2 wins and a third. Lost to Mandaloun in the Pegasus at Monmouth. Also lost to Wayburn in that race, but this is a solid horse. I think he might be better than Wayburn in the long run. Just sort of coming into his own now. Speed numbers are solid on a short career, right? 3 races where Wayburn has probably about 7 at this point. Part of me thinks that this horse is advancing, can shake things up in that 2 to 3 range, right? So I'm hoping another bit of longish odds here, but just seeing Pletcher and Paco, that might drive the number up on him already.
Well, I think that about covers it. I think, is there anything else you want to close out with? I think this is an EQ, ship the whip, full all in, put your whole bankroll on it, put your college education on it, put your kids and your wife, steal from a homeless person type deal here. Anything
Might
else
as
you want
well.
to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all we got to say here. Saez Cox, Essential Quality, small field. I don't see anyone keeping up.
Yep, should be good. Good luck to everybody on their bets. Thanks for joining in for another rendition of the 10-minute rundown that went about 14 minutes. Peace out.
Not bad.